Hassan, you want to know what it actually looks like to fight it? Israel. That's what fighting it looks like. You know why Somalia hasn't fought it all the way? Because you don't know what it looks like to fight all the way. What fighting it looks like is when you establish your own state away from Islam and you get rid of being a dhimmi. Israel, for a long time, when it was Palestine, when it was a territory of Palestine, we lived under Islam. We lived oppressed. We had to do everything by the will of the Muslims. What fighting it looks like is establishing your own state as an ethnic minority, empowered with your own flag, your own currency, and the Muslims or the Arabs cannot tell you what to do or think anymore. And that's what Israel is. Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Walaikum salam, bro. How are you?
Good, man. Alhamdulillah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, bro. You're not a Muslim, though, are you?
No, I'm Jewish.
That's nice. Very nice of you to say those things.
I'm trying to accommodate my Muslim brothers and sisters, man.
Yeah, you're a wonderful human being then, bro.
Thank you. You're a very wonderful human being also. Are you from Somalia?
Yeah, bro. We need more people like you, bro.
My Somali brother, man. That's awesome.
We need more people like you, bro.
We need more people like you as well, bro.
So what, are you living in Israel right now?
I'm living in Israel right now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Please, did you know what I hope, though, yeah? I hope, like you're not paid to just be here and just be a good guy, to just give good PR to Israel.
Well, so I am paid to be here.
Oh!
But Israel doesn't pay me to be here. Like, I've never received a paycheck from Israel. I have a YouTube channel that's very successful, and I come on here and debate ignorant Muslims who have a lot of propaganda, and I usually defeat them in debates, and then I make a lot of money making YouTube videos.
I was just guessing. I said to myself, there's no way this guy is being a good human for free. But I didn't want to.
But the thing it has nothing to do with being a good human. I'm getting paid by YouTube, not by Israel. Like, I do it on my own accord. Nobody pays me besides my subscribers, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but either way, to be honest, bro, doing what you're doing is still a good thing, innit? But, bro, I don't really think the Muslims got a lot of propaganda going on, bro.
Oh my God, bro, it's so bad.
But it depends, maybe they do.
It's not. It's you guys are in a very, 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 very dark place right now. Like a very dark place.
Okay.
The Ummah is murdering each other. I mean, Somalia is a perfect example. There's 700,000 people that have been killed in Somalia, Muslim on Muslim. And just the country right next to you, Sudan, 2,500,000 babies have died of malnutrition and starvation because of the genocide in Sudan. And from the Muslim community, silence. Silence.
It's not great at all.
Why? Because they're black. Because they're from Africa. It's silence. 500,000 dead in Syria.
Do you know what's happening to Sudan? I think maybe it's even the UAE. I think it's even other Muslim countries that but God knows. But
I'm not going to say anything to incriminate myself, but
it potentially could be. But obviously, I don't know the facts.
Syria, 500,000 dead. Lebanon, 300,000 dead. Yemen, 300,000 dead. From the Arab world, from the Muslims, silence. Nobody
100%.
talks about it. So when I say you,
maybe Iran, innit? Maybe Iran is kind of trying to, but from the Sunni world, like Saudi Arabia, all those.
But Iran are not real Muslims, according to.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Well, what I'm trying to explain to you is,
Yeah.
What I'm trying to explain to you is, brother, yeah. It's gone bad because, look, that for someone else to say Iran's not a Muslim when they're really the only Muslim country that are really stepping up and trying to help.
So are the Shia real Muslim or are they fake Muslim?
I'm a Sunni.
I know.
But at the same time, this is all division. This is all divide and conquer. Like, I'm young, but for some reason, I don't know. I just feel like I'm an old soul. I'm just an old. I feel like I've been there before. So I see through things I shouldn't see through. So I'm a Muslim and I'm a Sunni. However, I don't even like to identify as that right now because we're just human beings. Why we're all fucked up here is because there's too much division, even in Islam, where there shouldn't have been any division. Unfortunately, now there's Wahhabis, there's Sufis, now they've split the religion. The Salafis, now what they're doing is they've split it to even more. But this is, bruv, we know this is.
But you see, as a Yahud, this is why I have a hard time taking you guys seriously. And while I can appreciate your compassion for dying Muslims or for Palestinians who are going through a hard time, which they are.
For me, it's bigger than that. Should I be honest? For the past 2 years, I've actually come to the realization, it's bigger than Muslim, not Muslim religion. They've actually used religion to fuck us up. I've started to understand.
And who's behind it?
This is very deep. I've started to understand this is deeper than what we all think. It's deeper than Israel and Palestine.
Okay, who's behind it?
I'm very, very sure there's a lot of Israelis unhappy about what's happening. probably in Israel right now.
Okay, wait. What are you pointing to? Who's behind it?
That's bigger than me. Who's behind it? Obviously, Shayateen is behind it. Obviously, innit?
Okay. I thought you were gonna say the Yahud.
No, why would I say that?
A lot of Muslims think that the Jews are controlling the world.
No, obviously the Jews do have a lot of power in the world, and that is a fact. That is a fact, but obviously that doesn't mean that all the Jews. That doesn't mean everyone's. I'm not a little kid, bro. These people are. A lot of people are very lack intelligence, bro. You gotta be able to
Do you think
yourself,
Jews are controlling your life to some capacity?
In what, like, no, bro. I don't think, bro. To be honest, bro.
Speak to me honestly, bro. Speak to me honestly, like a brother.
Honestly speaking, bro, I don't think. Oh, Jews, this. I don't think that. I don't think
No?
like that, bro. Do you know why? No, do you know why? Everyone's a different person, bro.
You don't think Jews are controlling the banks and your cell phones and the news and the media?
Jews, but let me ask you: are Jews running the media and banks and everything?
You tell me. The number one Instagram post in the history of Instagram right now is all eyes on Rafah. Jews are being condemned and attacked all over the world for just being Jewish, no affiliation to Israel. You tell me.
Jews, bro.
You tell me.
Jews, bro, let's be honest with each other. Let's be honest. Not all Jews, bro. A lot of people don't have a problem with Jews. Like, I'm with a lot of people.
You have a problem with Zionists.
Brother, exactly.
But wait, I'm a Zionist. I'm a Zionist. I have a Quran here in my house right next to my Torah.
Yeah, but you're not being authentic.
No. I'm being the most authentic because 95% of Jews in the world are Zionist. It is a core. Yes, you can look it up. It's a statistic. It's a statistic done by the World Zionist Congress, who they poll this shit.
Listen, let me tell you something. Yeah, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity are three honest religions that are actually linked. We're all actually brothers. We're all supposed to be following the same people.
And the Quran is Zionist.
To Isa, to Musa, they all give the same message for us to believe in one God who's created us.
And the Quran and the New Testament and the Torah are all Zionist.
Subhanallah.
All three books are Zionist. All three of them.
Brother, the founder of Zionism is the atheist. What are you talking about?
No. You're talking about Zionism as a political ideology. The concept of Zionism, of Jews living in Israel, which is what Zionism is, Jews establishing a state in Israel.
You need to wake up, bro.
It's inside of the Quran. It's inside of the Quran. Multiple times. How many times does the Quran quote Israel in Bnei Israel? 64 times. 64 times the Quran references that Yaqub alayhi wasallam is Israel, is Bnei Israel. And what does that mean? That means Ibrahim walked from Iraq all the way to Canaan and established the kingdom of Israel with Dawood and Suleiman alayhi wasallam as the kingdom of Israel. What is Bayt al-Maqdis? What is Al-Aqsa? Where do you guys get that name in Islam? This is all from the Quran. The Quran is inherently a Zionist book.
No, it's not a Zionist book, bro.
It's definitively a Zionist book, and when you go against it, you're becoming a kuffar, man. You're going against Islam.
So according to that knowledge and that train of thought that you just ran with, what are we supposed to be doing as Muslims?
Supporting the state of Israel and supporting peace between Jews and Arabs, not making it worse. I mean, 1948, when by the will of Allah, by the way, we couldn't have done any of this without the will of Allah. We established the state of Israel under the direct support of Allah. Allah was watching over us. So in 1948, wait. In 1948, when we established the state of Israel in 1948,
can't really say that because every single thing that happened in this world, yeah, it's like slavery or even what happened to the Jews in Germany, that was all fucked up. But that's like me saying, oh, that happened because God gave the green light.
But so wait. As a Muslim, you think after 2,000 years, you think that Jews coming back home from all corners of the world, you think that that's just the will of Allah to test the Muslims, so you guys should keep attacking us? You think after 77 years, wait. After 77 years, wait, brother, one second, brother, khalas, one second, let me finish. After 77 years, Israel was established in 48. 77 years of Muslims trying to destroy Israel, undermine Israel, have wars with Israel. They've lost every single time. Every single war. We're still here. We're still growing. We're still making babies. You still don't think that's under the will of Allah?
Shall I be honest, brother?
Yeah.
Obviously, people can agree to disagree, innit? That's just what it's got to be. But I don't think.
But that's blindness. You're being a kuffar, bro. You're going against your own religion.
if that's what you think, bro, obviously you're entitled to think.
I mean, there's never been a state of Palestine in the history of planet Earth, ever. There was never a kingdom or a country or a state called Palestine.
The Palestine never existed.
As a country, as a kingdom, or a state, never. There was never a state or a kingdom or a country called Palestine, ever, in the history of planet Earth. You don't have to believe me. You can ask whatever source on the internet you will believe.
So how did it just come to existence?
It didn't come into existence. The Romans, who were colonizers to the land, they called the land Syria Palestina based on the Philistines. You know where the Philistines came from? They lived in Gaza for a while. The Philistines came from Greece. They were Greek people.
Okay.
Okay? And so then when the Arabs invaded and colonized the land, the same way they did in Somalia and Sudan, by the way, they didn't come with peace. They came by the sword and force converted people. They did that in Palestine as well. They renamed the land Palestine.
Did the Arabs do that to literally the whole of East Africa, North Africa, and Iraq,
to everyone?
Iran, to everyone.
We're all living on, and this is what I don't understand. As a Somali, you should be the most pro-Israel, the most Zionist there is. We are all suffering. You and me both are.
I was in Somalia recently, 3-4 months ago, and there's a lot of things I realized, like the Arab culture is like me. I was trying to distinguish between culture and religion, and they don't. They all the Khamises, they're all trying to speak Arabic. They're all. Like, and I said to myself, you know what? I respect it. The Quran is in Arabic, innit, yeah. But I said to myself, like, we need to distinguish this Arabic culture and our religion. All the names are Arabic names. And I said to myself, like, cause I'm trying to open my mind, innit? I said to myself, this is basically not colonialism, but this is basically like.
Bro, it is colonialism, brother. It's colonialism.
No, you know, it is. Obviously, I'm a Muslim, innit? But the thing is with me, I'm not I'm not trying to blindly follow things, right? So it's like I had to realize the state of the country. Then I had to also realize what happened in Burkina Faso. And Ibrahim Traore, and then how Saudi Arabia, they weren't trying to help. They were trying to give them 200 mosques. And then he said, no, don't build 200 mosques. Give us some schools, like build what, like for the same money, that same money you want to build mosques with, let us build some schools, some hospitals. They denied it.
But so that's colonialism, my brother. That is colonialism.
What I realized in Somalia is there's a mosque every 30 seconds. Obviously, that's a good thing, a place to worship. However, there's a difference between worship and begging. It's like
wait. Explain to me real quick. How can you process that as a good thing when your indigenous wait, brother. One second. Let me finish. Your indigenous culture, your indigenous language, your practices, they're all gone. And they've been replaced. They've been replaced with Islam in an attempt to Arabize your country. Luckily, in Somalia, you guys still fight it. That's why I have a lot of respect for you. Like in Sudan, they've completely given up.
Sudan, brother, what you gotta understand is, for the past 3-4 years, before all this thing was going on, I was saying to my family, like, I'm from Africa. Sudan, we got like people I know. I said, what happened to their language? How am I going to Sudan and they're speaking Arabic? How did it happen? There had to be, and then
colonialism.
No one could explain that to me.
It's colonialism.
No one could explain that to me, brother. And I said to myself, brother, there is no way an African nation, is speaking another language. What happened to their language? And then when I look at Somalis, a lot of Somalis, like my parents, like everyone, not everyone, 65% can speak Arabic. But the difference with us, I think we fought it and we kept our language.
Yes, and that's why I give you guys respect. You guys are amazing for doing that.
But at the same time, I feel like we barely fought it.
There's like, more, cool. But okay, wait. That's a good point. Do you know what actually? Wait. What's your name, by the way?
Brother, see the things with me,
Wait, hold on. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Hassan.
Hassan. You want to know what it actually looks like to fight it? Israel. That's what fighting it looks like. You know why Somalia hasn't fought it all the way? Because you don't know what it looks like to fight all the way. What fighting it looks like is when you establish your own state away from Islam and you get rid of being a dhimmi. Israel, for a long time, when it was Palestine, when it was a territory of Palestine, we lived under Islam. We lived oppressed. We had to do everything by the will of the Muslims. What fighting it looks like is establishing your own state as an ethnic minority, empowered with your own flag, your own currency, and the Muslims or the Arabs cannot tell you what to do or think anymore. And that's what Israel is.
Why are we in the Arab League?
You shouldn't be in the Arab League. You're not Arabs.
We're not. Brother, if you go to Somalia, a lot of people will tell you we're not black, we're not African. Somalis, they're pissing me off. Let me tell you, they're pissing me off, We're racist to black people.
I know.
We got a term, We're not really racist, innit,
No, you are. Like, you are.
Nah, I wouldn't say racist.
Yeah, no, and so are Ethiopians, and so are Djiboutians, and so are Eritreans. You guys are all racist. Why? Because you were colonized by the Arabs.
Brother, no, listen, let me tell you something, innit, I don't know why I've been. See, I'm glad I'm kind of having this conversation with you. Yeah, I downloaded this app like 2, 3 days ago. Yeah, but I've been going through. I spent 1 year. I spent like 8 months in Somalia. Yeah, I came back recently. Look, my passport's probably still somewhere on the floor here, bro. Yeah, still somewhere here, bro. I haven't even. I didn't get me, bro. So I spent a lot of time there. And before that year, I spent there. Obviously, I lived the life. Yeah. Obviously, like I was telling, there was dudes like involved in some gang related things, right? But obviously, I went there the past year and a half. I'm trying to change my life, so I've been just doing so much research on everything. I feel like I've been getting information downloads where I'm questioning everything.
Good.
However, the difference is, brother, yeah, is like for you to be an intelligent person, yeah, you have to kind of understand you could potentially be wrong. Like there's got not like you can't have 100% certainty because in this life,
Of course.
like brother. To be honest, bro, we don't know like the way history is. We know history means his story, right? So the colonizer's story, basically, right? So we don't know the real tariq, bro, because unfortunately it's been wiped. So we may be accurate, like you might be accurate 90%. So like for me, why I can be open minded is because everything that you're telling me is like I keep a little bit mind open where it could be potentially be wrong.
Good.
But you should even you. I'm telling you to adopt a mindset where even you, everything that you know and everything that you've been taught. Don't run with it 100%. Just try
But
to
that's how I roll, Hassan. That's how I got to these conclusions, Hassan. I didn't get to these conclusions.
Yeah, I understand Israelis, innit? Yeah, I understand. Like, obviously, everyone's a patriot to their own country, right? So you gotta love your country, you gotta love your people. But it's like even if your country people are doing wrong, you still gotta kind of look at that and be like, you know what, my country, our people, you know what, though I love them, we're not really like we're not really doing something great. I'm not saying. Do that.
But wait, hold on. Just by that logic.
I kind of want to go back to the conversation.
But wait, hold on. Israelis, I can condemn my president. I say I don't like my prime minister. I can say my government is bad. My government is dysfunctional. Even I can tell you my army sometimes does bad stuff. But I can do that as an Israeli. Go find me a Palestinian that will criticize Palestinian society. They don't do it. They don't do that.
How was Palestinian society before? But why am I saying
there was no Palestinian society.
Brother, but why does it show you the Balfour Declaration after 1942, like the World War I, World War II, they said it was Palestine on the world maps? They were saying it was Palestine, and it talks about how Britain literally gave the land to you guys.
It doesn't say Palestine. You have to read beyond that. It doesn't say Palestine. It says either the British Mandate of Palestine or the Ottoman territory of Syria, Palestina. Both of them were colonizers to the land.
I understand they could potentially have named that. I'll be real. I am open-minded.
It wasn't potential, bro. That's history.
Cool. I kind of want to go back here.
You're a Muslim. I have to show you something as a Muslim. This will blow your mind. This is a coin that I got from an archaeologist. It's 1,300 years old. Okay? This coin is from the Umayyad dynasty after the death of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi wasallam. When the Umayyads...
What's your opinion on the Prophet Muhammad?
One second. When the Umayyads conquered Jerusalem, Al-Quds, they minted a coin. This was Islamic currency, okay? This is a silver coin. On the back it says here in Arabic, Muhammad Rasul Allah. Here it says La ilaha illallah. And what is the design there? Tell me.
That's the candle.
It's the menorah.
Yeah, my fingers.
It's the menorah. Why? You tell me why the Arabs would put a menorah on Al-Quds if Al-Quds was a Muslim holy site. Why in the world would they do that? Where's the logic? You can question everything. I'm all about you questioning everything, but this right here is history. This is history you can hold. This is undeniable history.
Brother, can I explain something to you?
Please.
As a Muslim, yeah, should I tell you my perspective, yeah?
Go.
Brother, I don't see a separation. I don't look, yeah. See, when you read, cool. I need to get back into studying knowledge, right? Yeah, but the hadiths, yeah, I've been having not a problem with them, but lately, like there's a lot of things I've been. That's why I don't even want to call myself a Sunni Muslim as of recent. I'm not even a Sunni Muslim. I just want to say I'm just a Muslim. To get as of recent, yeah, because these hadiths I realize are causing a lot of problems and a lot of issues. So the Quran, I'm trying to just follow the Quran by itself. Do you understand, brother?
And do you know what the Quran has a lot in common with?
Of course.
The Torah.
100%. Do you know why, brother? In the Quran, yeah, do you know what it talks about? It talks about it's very similar to the Bible. It talks about character.
Yeah.
The Quran more time is just a story to how to conduct yourself. It doesn't go into details. It doesn't tell you got to pray like this, you got to pray like that. But the Hadith books now come in and they're so strict. If you don't do this, you go to hell. If you don't do this,
Yep.
they basically like tell you how to do everything like a manual robot. But obviously, Allah, with His mercy, He gave us the Quran. We believe the Quran is a divine revelation from God. However, with the hadiths, we don't know who can corrupt the hadiths. Because a lot of wars happen. We don't know what happened with the hadiths.
So let me tell you
The point
something,
I'm-
Hassan. Let me tell you something.
The point I'm trying to make to you is, yeah, the Quran speaks about the Jews. The Quran talks about the people of the Christians, the Injil. It tells us to respect and love them. So any Muslims right now that's talking about Yahuds and looks at Jews and Christians as a separate entity to us, you're not real Muslims. That's the way I look at it. That's my personal opinion. I'll be so honest.
Mad respect. And
I'll be honest.
let me tell you something beyond this, okay? Let me tell you something beyond that. I think this will be good for your open mind. The Arabs of
I personally, cool. Before you say this, yeah, I've been having a big problem while in Somalia. I've been talking to my cousins, even my parents, and that. I've said, yeah, I personally think Shaitan has infiltrated our religion, Islam.
100%, bro. It's undeniable.
And no one sees it.
It's
No one
100%.
sees it. No one sees it.
If there's a shaitan, the Arabs right now and the Muslims, the Ummah, is deeply infiltrated. You
And I feel
guys,
like
you guys are acting as hypocrites. You're killing each other, and you're blind to what you're doing. It's the worst. But here's where you can. This conversation, all of it comes down, brother, to authenticity. What is authentic? And let me tell you something. If you want, as a Muslim, a role model for authenticity, you have to look no further than the people who actually created Islam. Obviously, Islam is from Allah and the Quran is from Allah. I'm not going to deny that. But the people who received the Quran, who received Islam, are the Halijis, the Hijazis, the Arabs of the Gulf. Those are genetically the real Arabs. They are the real Muslims. And look at them compared to all the other Muslim countries. They are changing the way they operate. They are going back to the Quran. They're going back to the source material.
What countries are you talking about?
Hold on. They're removing the violent jihadism. They're removing the Salafism. They're removing the Wahhabism because they realized this has brought us nothing but darkness. They're going back to the source of the Quran. Yes, there's always going to be hadith. There's always going to be sunnah. You can't remove it. But look at Saudi. Look at Bahrain. Look at UAE. They're not acting perfectly. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying they're perfect at all. They have many problems. But look at Oman. These countries are progressing into the future. And the rest of the Arab world, the rest of the Muslim world has their hand on their clothes and is trying to pull them back to the darkness and saying, no, come back. But they know the truth. They know who they are. They know what is authentic Islam.
Brother, Saudi Arabia are not doing nothing about the situation. All the countries that you have mentioned are basically all the countries, yeah, that have basically sold themselves for the flus, basically, bro.
You are seeing it as selling themselves, but in reality, what it is they're trying to progress towards a peaceful future. And they're realizing there's a way this world operates. You can't go like this with the world. And this is what the rest of the Ummah does. Look at Iran. Look at Lebanon. Look at Hezbollah. Look at Hamas. They go like this with the rest of the world. And what do they get? They get darkness. They get darkness on their people. They get war. They get death. They get disease. They get a loss of money. It doesn't work out. It doesn't work. Look at Saudi. Look at the Emirates. We can everybody in this region, in North Africa and East, that we can.
Because everyone's gonna say, yeah, Saudi Arabia and Emirates, these countries are big Muslim countries. They should be doing something to help their fellow Muslim brothers.
They are. They're doing the best thing in the world. What are they doing? They're reforming the way they treat other Muslims. They're reforming Islam. This is the most important. They're going back to authentic Islam. I have so much respect for them, bro, because if you guys were just able to look at them for a moment and get inspiration from them and say...
You're asking us to get inspiration from the people that are just watching, they're not doing anything.
No, I'm asking you to get inspiration from the people who brought you this religion, for the people who brought you this prophet. Don't get it twisted. Muhammad alayhi wasallam was a Saudi man from Mecca. If there is a group of people who know what is authentic Islam, and no shade towards Somalia, but if there's a people who know what authentic Islam is, I would trust the Saudi guy over the Somalian any day, because they know what's real. And when you see them starting to say or playing with the idea of salam with Israel, that's how you know you're on the wrong side of history if you're going against it. Those guys are they're your leaders at the end of the day. Those are your spiritual leaders, bro. You have to be open to what they say. If they say we are progressing towards a non-violent future, we're going to have peace with the West. We want
That makes a lot
peace.
of sense. Of course, peace is Islam. That makes a lot of sense. However, my problem is, yeah, like, with Saudi and everything, like, brother, like, I'm more interested in the conversation that we was having earlier about how East Africa and North Africa colonized. Like, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, very much colonized by the Arabs.
By the Arabs, and no one sees it like that. And no one talks about how the Arabs had the longest slave trade.
They still have it today in Libya. It still exists. And actually, it exists also in other countries. I don't want to name specific ones, but it does exist.
No, even recently, like even when they abolished it, there was the Mauritania, like Oman, like they released that was a couple of years ago.
But here's what I don't understand as a Somali. Like, you support Palestine blindly, correct? You love Palestine.
No, I don't support Palestine blindly, bro. I'm not just randomly supporting Palestine. I'm saying free Palestine. I'm saying fuck Israel. No, I'm not one of those people, bro.
Because, like, this is what I never understand about, like, especially East Africans like you who support. But this is the thing. The people getting oppressed are also dishing. They're dishing out.
Getting oppressed, and the Israelis who get oppressed as well. So it's the same. It's the same.
But the thing is, what goes for them, brother. I can never understand an East African who takes a stance of solidarity with Palestine, because those people getting oppressed are also dishing out so much oppression. Like, you know, in Gaza, there's a neighborhood called Al Abid. You know this?
Yeah, I was hearing the fix got something, the black side.
It's literally all the Afro Gazans. They put them in their own neighborhood called Al Abid, the slaves,
like that.
And they call them Abid. And even so much so, if you don't believe me, we have a snack in Israel. It's called krembo. It's a little chocolate cookie with dark chocolate on top and marshmallow on the inside. They have the same thing in Israel. We call it krembo. In Palestine, in Jerusalem, wherever you want in the you know what they call it? They call it Ras Al Abid, the head of the slave, because it looks like a black. It's a little black cone, bro. And then you have fucking Somalians and Sudanese protesting free Palestine. I'm like, what the hell is this circus? It's a circus. This is hilarious.
100%. But you got to understand is, yeah, they're not looking at it as deep politically. They're just saying they're just talking about the oppression and people dying, the kids dying. They're just saying freedom from the oppressors. You get it, brother? They're not going that deep into what you're saying.
Yeah, but imagine when you take a society of people who are racist, which Palestinians are. I'm sorry, but they are very racist. I live amongst them. They're extremely racist people.
They say the same thing to you guys. But
the thing is, the proof is that we're not, because we live with them. They serve in our government. They serve in our army. Go find me a Jew living in Palestine. You can't. It doesn't exist. Find me a Jew living in Gaza.
So what is this propaganda? Like even yesterday, speaking to that guy, and you like you lot are trying to just flip the whole just trying to make it seem like, oh no, it's them. They're like,
brother, I'm not trying to flip it. You're acknowledging right now that Arabs colonized your land. Palestinians are Arabs that have been colonized. They're not Arabs. Palestinians are Israelites. They're like me. They're Jewish.
That's what I was thinking as well.
And the longer that you Muslims go and say free Palestine from the river to the sea, support the Palestinians, you're confusing the shit out of them. The Palestinians are begging for help. They're begging and pleading for help. And what is the ummah doing for them? Keep fighting. Muqawama, resistance, keep fighting.
So that's what I was gonna say to you. Palestinians and Israelis, you lot ethnically
we're the same. We're the same blood. But the problem is they have a twisted, sick, disgusting version of Islam that dictates they have to kill us to clear us from this land.
I've never heard that shit. I've never heard this.
What do you mean? It's Wahhabism and Salafism together. That's what Hamas is.
Never heard
Hamas was trained and funded by Qatar and by Iran. Iran, you agree with me, Iran's version or the IRGC's version of Islam is not real Islam.
No, I don't agree with you, bro.
But that's what they practice. But I've sat with these people. I know better than you. I live with them. I've traveled to their territories. I've been to Nablus. I've been to Ramallah. I've sat with Hamas members.
If they say La ilaha illallah and their intentions, how can I say, and they're praying, how can I say that that's not real Islam, brother? Who might say that?
If that's all it takes for you to say that that's real Islam, then there are many people. There's people in the Taliban and people in ISIS that says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, and they're still horrible people.
No, not in that way, brother. Not in that way, bro. Iran, you can't just say that, brother. What you gotta understand is a resistance, innit, brother? Like, Israel was the only talk about what happened on the 7th of October, but there's a lot of things that happened before that, do you get it?
Like what?
So nothing happened. Nothing.
You
happened
said it. Name something. Name something.
October.
What happened?
So I'm asking you. Nothing happened.
I'm asking you to name something. You said it. I can name you the 7th of October. I can name you the first and second
Listen, brother,
Intifada.
I'm not as educated as you. In
I
the topic
know, and
yet,
this is what I'm
and I
saying.
don't know.
But that's why
That's
we
why.
can't. That's why we can't take you guys seriously.
But brother, but don't say you guys because I'm actually having an open conversation with you.
I know, but I
So
have
with
to. I
you
have to
personally,
generalize.
I'm actually yeah generalized. But
I
me,
have
me
to.
with you,
Hassan,
me with you,
don't get offended. I'm not talking about you
no.
personally. I'm talking about
Yeah.
you guys as Muslims.
Generally, I
It's
understand,
impossible to take you seriously because okay, here's another test for you. Give me one dead Palestinian. Name one person.
So you mean name one dead Palestinian, brother?
I asked this question to thousands of Muslims. I am yet to receive one Muslim, not one. You would imagine thousands of Muslims would be able to give me, and I know that you can't, give me one dead Palestinian. It could be a woman, a man, a terrorist, I don't care. Just one that you've bothered to remember in your head.
I haven't.
I remember dead Palestinians. Awad Darawshi. He was a medic who was killed by Hamas, a Muslim man. Syed al-Hashim. He was held for 10 years as a hostage. He was a Muslim.
So, brother, 1 second there. Let's go back to the topic.
No. Hold on. But this isn't propaganda. This is truth. As a Jew, I will never be able to take you seriously if you don't put your money where your mouth is. You cannot chant to me free Palestine, genocide, Zionism, the Jews are in control, and then in the same moment, not even bother to remember one fucking Palestinian's name.
Brother, yeah,
That's
I wouldn't
crazy.
Really but brother, I wasn't really saying to you. You're generalizing. I understand.
I'm just generalizing, not you.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What you're saying, I get it. Why that's crazy to you, I can see that in it. But brother, unfortunately, the Jews, yeah, they do have a lot of power with the Mossad and like even Donald Trump, the influence in politics in America. Like, it's a good thing. Like,
But you guys have so much more. So much more. You are 500 million Arabs and 2 billion Muslims. Allah would look down on you guys if you ever even compared yourselves to us.
Facts. No, what you're saying, see me, open-mindedly, you're speaking facts when you talk about the population and everything. But what you gotta understand is, yeah, brother, I have been trying to look at the Deen and Islam, yeah, and I'm trying to separate the Quran, yeah, with everything that's happened. Because I'm trying to understand, yeah, what happened to West Africa with Christianity. They came in peace. And look what they did to West Africa. Enslaved all of them with religion and told them Jesus. Do you get it? So I'm trying to think, is that the same thing they did to us in East Africa?
100%.
However, my thing is, yeah, obviously cool. A few came with da'wah, yeah, but obviously human beings, shaitan, we can all be easily corrupted because of power, money, greed. So it's like the way I look at it is, yeah, the Arabs that came into East Africa and North Africa, yeah, they could have been like a group of 100 or 100,000. Half of them may have had the pure intention to just come, give da'wah, show us the Quran, not give us their culture and not try to impose themselves, but they must have left. But there's always going to be people who are corrupt in everywhere we go. You know, not just in Israel. Like, we're human beings. We all tend to have the same nature as human beings. Not Israelis have one nature. No, we're all human beings, bro. We've all been created by one God. So we all have similar natures as human beings. So that's why I'm saying I don't know what the others did when they came. Because I don't understand, like, the Deen talks about not like just da'wah. So I'm trying to figure out, how did we take these people's culture? I'm trying to understand how.
Can I give you the answer? I have a very clear answer.
Africa, yeah, I know, yeah, ancient Egypt was black. It's facts that ancient. They're not really trying to expose it 100%, but everyone with half a fucking brain knows ancient Egypt was black.
I'm open to that idea. I'm open to it.
Brother, it's not even an idea.
I'm open to it, but that's the thing. I'm an open-minded person. I'm open, by the way, that I actually think that many people in Somalia, Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Egypt can have ancestrally Israelite heritage. I believe that I think many people in Africa actually have heritage that goes back to Israel, and actually not to Islam, not to the Arabs. And I think that there's a good chance that me and you, or maybe even brothers, are related. I know we look different, but that's what I believe.
Brother, as I've been opening my mind, brother, yeah, I've come to a lot of conclusions, innit? Because I saw, like, lately I've been reading a different, like, section to Islam. Separately, I went to Islamic school for 5 years, Sunni one. So there was a lot of radicalization and a lot of things that for me and you to even have this conversation, yeah, I don't think you understand. I went to private Islamic school for 5 years.
No, and I respect it, bro. I really respect you having this conversation with me, for real.
Brother, yeah.
I appreciate it a lot.
No, it is, bro. I've realized, bro, it's bigger than this. Like, it's bigger than this. Like, they've got us too busy focusing on Israel. Like, there's no humanity gone. It's bigger than all of these things. Like,
I agree.
Just get back to humanity first and just use.
Now let me give you the litmus test real quick because you were asking. I think this is probably the best. I've really concluded this. I'm gonna do a little quiz with you, and you're gonna see how this pieces together very easily. Okay? In North America, the continent of North America, before 500 years, there were tons of different groups of people living there. There were all kinds of different indigenous tribes that had their own religions, their own cultures, their own languages. Then English people or people from all over Europe came there, and they converted people to Christianity. And now a majority of people speak English, and they practice Christianity. What is that a product of?
Colonialism.
Amazing. Here's the second part of the question.
That's the same way I'm looking at the Arab situation.
So one second. Let's go slowly. South America. Before, it was the same idea, multiple religions. They had tons of different Native American groups. Then the Spanish came. Most people now speak Spanish and practice Catholicism. What is that a product of?
Colonialism.
Incredible. Morocco, all the way to Iran. 500 million people. Used to be this beautiful tapestry of different cultures of Amazigh and Berbers and Akkadians, Sumerians, Mesopotamians, Mandeans, Coptic people, so many Yazidis, so many different groups and languages and cultures and religions. Now, a majority speak Arabic, or at least use it as their script, and are Muslim. What is that a product of?
No, I understand. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. But however, yeah.
That's it. There's no other reason to question it.
No, but however, this is the way I'm looking at it, right? Because I've read the Quran and I've seen the beauty in it, and I know how beautiful it is. It don't talk about killing people. Like people that say we need, like if you read the Quran, yeah.
I agree. I've read it twice, by the way, and I never saw that it said to kill people in the Quran.
Cool. But honestly speaking, yeah, if you read the book, just as a human being, innit? If you just read the Quran as a human being, it's a beautiful book.
Listen, I personally didn't connect with it so much. I read it twice. I had a hard time understanding it, but I didn't see overwhelmingly violent stuff. It was just in the hadith where most of that exists.
No, but with the Quran, more time talks about how you should live your life, being good to your neighbors, treating people correctly,
correct.
How you should carry yourself, and that. It's just like a guide of how to get through, how to live your life in a way where you're just. It's like a guide to live your life.
I agree.
It's like a guide. It's not a manual.
I agree.
It's not like, oh, it was 7 a.m. This. You like make wudu this 3 times. Like it's not like a robot. You got to do this specifically. It's like a overall manual of how to be good to your neighbors. You know, like you get. And
I agree.
Human beings can do things a bit differently, but that's why me just reading the Quran by itself is making me think. Because I've read about the beauty. It talks about how don't even fight your enemies. Don't even if you're in war, don't kill the ladies, don't kill the children, don't damage the land. So there's even rules. Like they give us rules even if we're in war. There's a lot of things that we can't do. Like it talks about how you can only go to war if you're getting oppressed. Anyways, like you can't just go there for no. Like there's a lot of things. So I realized it's a beautiful book, but why I'm struggling. Like see right now, I didn't want to say colonialism. Like I take like I got a peep. I got to understand that. I said colonialism for every little thing, but when he came to me and said to me, "What is that?" I didn't say colonialism. I just said to you, "Yeah, I understand," but I couldn't say it.
But it's hard. It's hard to come to to that conclusion as a Muslim. But it's the truth,
you have
bro.
to be open-minded.
You have to.
Be open-minded.
But that's the history of Islam, and I know because I'm
trying to segregate Islam, with a few Arabs that may.
Do you know what this is?
Yeah, that's culture.
But where does this come from?
Obviously, right now, is it Imam, didn't it? I'll tell you that's Arab culture.
No.
But I could be wrong.
So I come from a lineage of Jews who lived in Mesopotamia. Well, I'm an Iraqi Jew, okay? My grandparents were born. My grandparents were born in Baghdad. This Qafiyya, which is now associated with Palestine, it's now it's the Palestinian Qafiyya or the Arab Qafiyya, has nothing to do with Arabs.
Exactly, I can imagine. And we wear it in Somalia and everything.
You guys wear it in Somalia?
If I wear it and smoke a cigarette, and I'll be like, oh, why am I? But it's got nothing to do with religion.
This came, you know where the word Qafiyya comes from? It comes from the city Kufa in Iraq. It was a city named Kufa. It's actually still a city today. And it was based on the Mesopotamian headscarf called the shmach. The shmach is this ancient, it's an ancient sort of headdress that they wore. And each design on here is a different design from Mesopotamia. These two are the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This is the ripples on the river. These are the fishing nets of the people of Iraq. It's been hijacked by Arabs. It's been hijacked by Arab culture. It's been stolen from us to now everybody sees it as a association with Palestine or terrorists, because terrorists use it.
How have the Arabs done this, bro? How have the Arabs done this, bro?
Because they are part of a colonial, systemically oppressive, racist network. It's the same way that sort of white people colonized Africa. And I'm not condemning all white people. I'm not condemning all Arabs. But colonial empires, they operate as colonial empires. When they come, they don't care where you're from. They don't care to honor your heritage. They take and they take and they take. The same way they took gold and diamonds from Africa and they let millions of babies die. The same way they do it today with lithium. It's the same thing. Arab culture came, it overwhelmed everybody else, and it stole. It took our religions. It took our books. It took our languages. It took our clothes. To the point now, as an Israeli, if I make a video about eating falafel or hummus in Israel, Arabs will message me like, you're stealing Arab food. As if that is Arab food. Falafel existed in ancient Egypt. They were not Arabs back then. Like you said, they might have been black. They might have been African. I mean, they were African. They're from Africa. But like, that's what Arab does. That's what they tell you. The shawarma is Arab. Shawarma has been eaten in this region for thousands of years before Arabs were an idea.
How have they done this, bro?
Because, and I'll tell you what the problem is. People like you, they play right into their hand. You guys, unfortunately, blindly support everything they say because you want to be a part of something.
Bro, my thing is, yeah, I got the Quran in my heart. It's come to the point where I've actually looked at my religion and I've actually looked at Islam and I've tried to, you know, look at it with an open mind and, you know, not criticize, but I try to like look at it and see. You know, you have to like.
Of course.
Even in the Quran, it asks you to look to question it, look at questions. You know, you're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to blindly follow anything.
Of course.
So obviously, I did see a lot of things with the hadiths. My main issue and the problem was, yeah, this is what really, really had me researching this. Yeah, I did research it, but you mentioned the Umayyad Khalifa earlier, right? And I read about the Khalifas, right? Obviously, I learned this in school when I was a kid. So about Abu Bakr, obviously Umar, Uthman, and Ali. And then see how you talk about Iran, and then Iran, people be talking about how Iran are not the real Muslims.
Yeah.
But they're only Shia because they're talking about an injustice that happened to the fourth Khalifa, which I actually resonate with. Because obviously I'm looking at these things open-minded. Like, everything that I've learned, I took out my mind. Sometimes to learn, you have to unlearn, right?
Of course. So important.
So I unlearned everything. So I thought, you know what, let me look at this with an open mind, right? I had to look at who Ali radiallahu anhu was, and we don't talk about this. Like I said to you, I should be a Sunni Muslim, right? But the Sunnis, we will call the Shias, we will get onto them and say, you don't know Muslims.
They say you're not real Muslims, yeah.
Because we're fucked. But if we look at, if I go back to the roots of how Shia came about, it came about because it came about because after Ali got murdered, bro. He got murdered by other Muslims and no one did anything. And the person that murdered him led the Khalifa, and then what he did was he gave rulership to his son, who was called Yazid, after Muawiyah, and then that was actually the Umayyad Khalifa. And right now, if I go back, it's legit. Like, they actually ruled afterwards. So my thing is, yeah, that's when this is when I had the massive problem. I have to say, whoa. I have to go back to Islam, to the fourth Khalifa, and everything that happened after Muawiyah and Yazid, my nigga, I can't give my heart to you. That's why I know Bukhari and all these hadith books came, bro, like hundreds of years after the Prophet. They've never seen him. They've forget seeing him. It was literally like years, like it was generations after. So now I have to now do some common sense. As human beings, what's our nature? Even me, like, you know, as I'm trying to be a great man right now, I'm on bail right now in the UK. I'm on bail. I'm on a further investigation for Class A drug dealing. Do you get it? So I've got some things to get. Like, obviously, I've got two sides to me.
But listen, Hassan, you are undoubtedly on the correct path. Like, the fact that you're open-minded to even have this conversation respectfully, and like we had a back and forth. We don't agree on a lot, but I'm learning. It's learning, isn't it? But you are a great Muslim man, and if there's somebody who I can say, I speak to a lot of Muslims on here, is walking in the path of Muhammad alayhi wasallam, it's somebody like you. You are walking in his path, bro. You are walking authentically. You understand what it means to be a Muslim. I think you really process it deep down inside.
Compassion, brother. We can't be angry. Like, you have to understand, he came back from the Battle of Badr after, and he forgave everyone. He saw the Jews and everything who did him, and he said, you know, I forgive you. And then he lived peacefully with them. So it's like, obviously things happen, wars do happen, but I can't just have a black heart and just not let things go. Things have happened. Everyone's been hurt. Both sides have been hurt. That's why it's a touchy subject. But my thing is, yeah, do you know about what I'm talking about? I'm sure you've done research.
Of course, of course. It's something that I have a problem with as a Jew. I've always struggled with the Battle of Badr and with what happened to Safiya, for example. It's hard as a Jew to read that story and have compassion.
No, I don't know. That's a fear story. That one. I know it's about. I think that slipped out of my mind.
Yeah, it's he took Safiya as a wife after killing her brother and her father in front of her, and then like checking the pubes of all the. It's a dark story, but it's a different time. So I want to have compassion also. I'll tell you honestly, man to man, I struggle with that story as a Jew. It's very hard for me.
Here, I forgot that story. So
it's like a very hard story to read, and I never ever disrespect the Prophet Muhammad. I don't do it. I just will not. I refuse to disrespect him because I know how important he is to people. But I tell you genuinely, as a Jew, Safiya was a Jewish woman, so I have a lot of compassion for her because I see her as my family. And when I hear what she went through under Muhammad, it hurts me.
What did she go through, though, brother?
I mean, she was taken by force from her tribe and taken as his 10th wife. And you can only imagine what a man in power does to a woman in that situation. And regardless,
he didn't look after her though. Like
he did look after her. He did. I mean, it's written down that he looked after her.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're saying.
But how do I know this? Because this has happened to Jewish women recently by Hamas, where they were taken as slaves for a year and they were underground, and we know because the Jewish women came back and they tell us what they did to them, and it's horrifying. And it
shows not both ways. Like I was hearing a lot of things about this idea of soldiers doing this. Like what's about to get is for me.
But that's propaganda. It doesn't actually happen. That's the difference.
But brother, this is where you have to be open-minded. Yeah?
I'm open-minded. I look into these sources. I do it for work.
You lot could be like, oh, you know what's happening right now?
Hassan, it's my job. It's my job, bro. I do this for work. I look into this stuff on a daily basis.
I understand.
If you want to look into the sources of what Palestinians go through in Israeli jails, you're not going to find a lot. It's not substantiated.
I understand, brother, but for you to say with one side, that's like obviously like if I told you right now, yeah, everything with Palestine is real and the Israeli pain is propaganda, you're gonna look at me and be like, what?
You can say it just wouldn't be true.
But
I don't say that. I never sit here and tell you that what Palestinians go through is not real. I'm just saying there's certain elements of their story, like their entire history, like what I just pointed out to you with this kafia. A lot of their history is embellished in Arab colonialism, and it's impossible to tell what's true and what's false.
And I'm realizing it. See, Iraqis, Iran's, like all you guys, you don't are not Arabs.
We're not Arabs. I'm never gonna be an Arab. But to Arabs, they get to, and this is what I hate about supremacism.
Not even just you lot, yeah. Like like other people. It seems like every Uyla is Arab. Like when I hear Arab speak person, yeah, and like when I was younger as well, I used to just think, wow, like these Arabs, like there's so many, like this, what's going on?
But this is what I hate about Arabs.
I'm thinking like Iraq, Iran, like Morocco, Libya, Tunisia. Then I realized, oh my days, bro, this is actually like, I don't know when it hit me. Like a year or a half ago, it just hit me. I said to myself, bro, this is basically like war. Like this is
colonialism.
I don't want to say it.
You're having a hard time saying it.
I'm having a hard time realizing it, but bro, do you know why it's fucked? Because I understand with the Quran, like you have to come and give da'wah. But if they came and give da'wah and they told people keep your language, keep your culture, and they came with Islam and the people willingly took the Quran, I would have no problem.
But this is not the truth.
Why I have a problem? So I'll be honest with you, I feel like this problem even led me. I'm not gonna say I fully came out before the Islam, but mentally, but like the past 2-3 years, like I had a big criminal history, like from 18, 19, 21, I just started going on some criminal shit, like. But before that, I went to Islamic school, bro. I was quite pure, like I was praying and that. Then so much shit started happening, obviously family, personal life and that. But before that, I had a lot of faith, and I said to myself, nah. Then I just fuck this, bro. I became a fucking, I don't know what I came, bro. Because I started dealing with these fucking drugs, scared. Then obviously, a lot of cases and that, I lost a lot of money, I lost everything. My best friend died and that. So this past year and a half, I've been trying to go back to my core.
Good.
And going back to my core was, like I did spend a lot of time, like my dad, like learning about religion and everything. But now I'm trying to go back to my core as an adult.
Good.
I'm not 11, I'm not 12. You can't tell me everything. You can't tell me anything you want to tell me, and I just run with it. So
find your core in your land. That's what I would say.
Yes,
find what is the core of Hassan's Somalian history. What are you really?
Nothing about Somali's history.
But that's what you got to discover. That's your job, Hassan.
They took away history. They've told us that we was the first people to accept Islam because we believed in something called Waqism. Before Islam came, and Waqism was basically very similar to Islam. Like it was monotheistic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they tell us. We don't know nothing, bro.
Maybe it was, but it's your job to look into that. It doesn't mean you can't be a Muslim. It doesn't mean you can't be a Somali, but it means it's Hassan's job to look into your own history,
bro, lately,
and come back home.
Spirituality, lately, yeah, tapping into like spirituality, yeah, has helped me. Like, I said to myself, we're all humans, we're all spirit, yeah. Like lately, that's why I don't want to leave religion, because I love the Quran.
Good.
I do think it's good. And praying is good, but yeah, I do feel like religion is man-made, bro.
A lot of organized religion, in my opinion, is
a lot
of it
organized
is.
religion. Like, I do think the Quran and like the spirit. I feel like all religions make sense. I feel like every aspect of Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism. I feel like all of them. If you look at all of them, now I'm just trying to become more of a spiritual person. Like all of them has got an aspect of truth in it, brother.
Absolutely.
We need to just relax with this whole man-made religion to get and understand love and compassion. Like, if you all just move with love and compassion, there'll be no problems. We're going too deep in commandments and Sharia law and this, that, and how to make wudu and how to pray and what do you need to say when you pray and how many times you need to say what you need to say when you're praying. Brother, I don't think God is that technical.
I agree with you 100%. 100% I agree with you.
I think there's something important in Islam, yeah, which is called niyah, which we all forgot about. In Islam, yeah, they tell us, yeah, it's your intention that counts.
Yes.
Yeah. But then they told me I'm not Muslim. Then they're so quick to tell me I'm not
Let
Muslim.
him say it. Let him say it all day.
Brother, they're the same people that told you niyat, which is intention, is number one. And your intention is with your creator. And only your creator knows your intention.
Hassan, you are on the journey that a strong, smart, and very intelligent man goes on. And I'm so excited for you, bro. I have to leave. I have to go, bro. But it was an honor, pleasure to talk to you, bro.
I'm going for a deep phase.
I'm so excited for you, bro. I hope God protects you and watches over you, bro. And I hope you find the truth.
I came back from Somalia for 1 year. I come back, right? Yeah, all my friends, like, they're all obviously again, and I've left them, bro. I kind of got into a physical situation with them. I've left them. I said, you know what? I'm not trying to sell drugs for the sake of Allah. I applied for a job yesterday for the first time in like 4 years.
Wow, so amazing! Congratulations, bro.
It's difficult for me, but I'm trying to just.
You got this, Hassan. You got this, bro. You got this. And inshallah, one day, come here to Israel, bro. Come visit.
Yeah, cool.
Come here. You're welcome anytime. Ahlan wa sahlan.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Have a good day, bro.
Bye, brother. See you, man. That was maybe one of the most insightful and incredible conversations I've had on Omi TV. That was an hour long, but that was incredible. That was nothing short of amazing. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.